Okay, so here we go, getting our recording started this morning. Hopefully, the bodies are feeling great today. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Circuit Training. We're in the month of June 2026. So, what we're doing is we're alternating various styles of exercise and then going and kind of repeating them in a circuit. What I have for you today is we'll warm up. And then I have about 1 minute of each of our activities today. That will be a plank, followed by burpee variations, strength training, balance, and then we'll start to repeat that over again. We'll do a little bit of core work, some extra work at the end with flexibility. So anyway, let's start with our warm up today. And I want you to come to feet about hips distance apart, and then just begin to rock back and forth on your feet. So you're lifting up your heels, you're lifting up your toes, and your hips are kind of moving forward and back. So we've got some ankle mobility, and then your arms are just going to naturally start to swing forward and back. So we'll get that going. And of course, as we warm up, you're checking in to see how your body's doing today. Make sure that you're listening to your body, doing what's right for you. It looks like my internet is slow or something. My screen is pausing. Hopefully we're going to be okay here today. Okay, so now we'll do small little squats. Down and up. Down and up. Arms go forward and pull back. Good. So the idea with our warm-up too, to get synovial fluid moving into the joints. That makes the joints all comfortable when we work out. Not all squeaky and like the Wizard of Oz oil can. It gets that synovial fluid into the joint space. Of course, starts to elevate our heart rate. And then it connects the 3 B's, the brain, the body, and the breathing. Couple more of these. Great job. And then make a fist and open your hands. Fist and open. And as you open your hands, lift your heels up off the floor. So fist and open. Just a little warm up through the hands and fingers. And of course, through the calves. Pumping blood back up from the lower body to the heart every time we contract the calf muscles. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come into a march in place, just nice and easy, doesn't have to be too fast. You're just going to keep the feet going while we do some wrist circles around. So with our planks today, I've got some different variations for planks. You can choose to do what I'm doing, or you can choose your own variations of your planks. Let's reverse the arm circle the other direction, or wrist circle. So if what I choose isn't working for you, then I want you to modify it up. Same thing when we get to those burpee variations. You can follow along or choose something different. Okay, so let's come into high knees up, right and left. Arms are out to the side, and we'll do our lymphatic fascia slaps on the knees. And in and out. Nice warm up through the shoulders, through the hip flexors. And now bring your awareness to your posture. It's easy to start doing this when your knees come up. So I want you to keep your chest lifted and not to bend over at the waist. And we'll do 5 on each side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Take those legs really wide. Ballet squat. We come down, and then a side stretch over to the right. And a ballet squat. Side stretch to the left. Good. Not moving too fast on these because I want you to really feel a nice stretch. And we're breathing. And I like to inhale when I'm doing a side bend. So breathe in and then out. And breathe in. Let's do one more on each side. Nice. And then just start to pivot the feet. You can bring them in a little closer as we come into dead arms, swinging the arms around side to side, rotating the spine. So when I create a warm-up, I love to move the spine through all the various actions the spine does. So we've got rotation, side bending, and then we'll move into a little bit of flexion and extension as well. Let's do 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Okay, bring your feet about mid-stance. Take an inhale, stretch up. Exhale and come into a little forward bend. You don't have to go deep, just a little stretch. And then we'll come back up. Reach and come forward. Just check in with your hamstrings, your low back, and just work out any little bit of tightness here. We'll do 3 more. Nice deep breath. 2 more. One more. And come up to finish. And exhale, soften your knees a little bit, make some fists with your hands, and you're just going to give yourself a little bit of a fascia slap or a pounding right into the outside of your hips and your glutes. Good. So we're just loosening up any tightness in there by actually manually, it's like a little massage. And then I want you to come down the outsides of the legs a little bit. Be careful around the knees. We don't really want to pound right on the bones. We want to go on the soft tissue. And then work your way back up. And then let's go fingertips on the top of the head. Just give yourself a little bit of a scalp massage. All the way around. If there's any other areas that you want to reach for, the back of the neck, down the arms, whatever you want to do. Just a little bit of activation of the, what am I trying to say? The blood vessels, the capillaries, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, then come into your bounces, lymphatic bounces. Up and down, up and down. Sometimes we do these first and the body isn't quite ready for them yet. So we're going to put them toward the end of the warm-up. And then our first plank today is going to be an alternating bird dog. You can do this standing up or you can come down to the mat. So let's grab a drink though before we get started. And then we'll go into our first plank variation. All right. Timer is at the ready. My kneeling pad is at the ready. So for this first plank variation, we're from all fours or standing on your feet and placing your hands on a chair. We're going to alternate our bird dog. So get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, and begin. One leg, opposite arm, and then switch. How fast should you go? That's entirely up to you. You can inhale to reach everything and exhale to come back in and switch. Or you can do the opposite. You can exhale to reach and inhale to switch. Breathing. You have 30 seconds left, alternating bird dog. Then we're going to come to our feet and do our first burpee variation, which is the body wave. We've done the body wave a lot, so I shouldn't need to give you too much instruction on that. And we'll have 1 minute of the body wave. Good. We're almost there, guys. Just another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, take your time to come up on your feet. Make sure your space is clear of your equipment. And let's get right into the body wave. Okay, so this is our burpee variation. And in a burpee, you jump up off the ground. So if you want to do a little hop, you can. I'm going to reduce the impact just to lifting my heels up and lowering them down. Now make sure the arms coming up is at a comfortable level for your shoulders. And it's okay if they don't come all the way up. Just whatever is that functional movement for you. And we're going to get our heart rate up and breathe here for a full minute of the body wave. And you choose how low you want to go down into that squat, down and up. Also choose the pace that you like. Breathe. Nice job. 10 seconds, everybody. Then you're going to pick up your heavy weights. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, heavy weights come up. This is our farmer's carry with a high knee march. So weights are in the hands. Lift the knees up and down. Seems like we've got some technical issues because I keep freezing, but hopefully you guys can still hear what I'm saying without any interruption. It looks like it eventually catches up. So that being the case, I'm going to do a lot of extra verbal cueing just in case I freeze on the camera. Okay, how's your posture? If you've got some room to walk forward and back with this, cover some ground. A little bit of balance in this for sure as well. So after our 1 minute of high knee marches, we're going to hold the knee up for 30 seconds on each side. If you need to set your weights down and hold on to a chair, make sure you're doing that as well. Okay, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. You pick a leg, hold it up. Good job. We'll be holding at about 30. And again, if you need a chair, please do that. I'm actually feeling pretty steady on this side, and it's my knee that needs to be replaced holding me up, so I'm liking that. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Knee up. Hold. Good. It's amazing. Some days you just feel pretty rock solid with your balance. We'll celebrate those days because sometimes not so much, but that's okay. That's life, and we ride that wave up and down as it comes. Okay, are you breathing? Stay steady. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, set those weights down. Variation number 2 for our plank. Grab a drink. It's called the bear plank. If you want to go back to your bird dog, you can do that, or any other plank. So with your bear plank, you're on all fours, hands and knees. I'll demonstrate it before I start the clock. So what you do is you tuck your toes under and you lift your knees up off the floor, maybe 2-3 inches, and then you set them back down. And you go at any pace, lifting your knees up and down. So get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Bear and down. Now, if you want to hold your bear pose up there for that entire minute, you can. That'll be challenging. Another option would be to just pick one knee off the floor and send your leg back, almost like a bird dog, and then do the other side. So you have one knee off the floor. And we're breathing. If your wrists get tired, go back to the bird dog and lift an arm up off the floor so you have a break. But it's all about the all fours position. And bear. Feel the connection in your core. Every time you lift your knees up, the core really fires. 15 seconds, everybody. Check that neutral head position, cervical placement. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Okay, next variation for our burpee. It's a body wave with 2 backward lunges. So I'll demonstrate and then we'll start. So we do the body wave, come down, lunge back, lunge back. Okay, get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Body wave, lunge back, up, back, back. Good. Now, if this one's a little bit too energetic, just stay with that first body wave variation. Each one of these goes up just a little notch higher, and you can choose whether to do it or to stay with that first one. Anything that works good for you. You can add that little hop up off the floor and back. We're halfway, 30 seconds. Good. Then we'll be picking up our weights again. We've got some dead rows coming up for 60 seconds. So I want you to pick up pretty heavy weights in 15 seconds. Good. Breathe. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, heavy weights come up. Nice job. So dead rows, we've done those a lot, so we can get started here pretty quick. I'll demo one. To the knees, pull back, and stand up. Go ahead and begin. 1 minute of dead rows. So we've got upper and lower body in this particular exercise. Most important for the lower body, glutes and hamstrings. Most important for upper body, upper back, backs of the shoulders, a little bit of biceps. This is a good exercise to work on postural strengthening. 30 seconds to go. Great job. Keep going. We have a tandem stance coming up with a QL muscle exercise. 10 seconds. So we'll be working balance and core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to your tandem stance. 1 foot in front, the other foot behind. Now, if you want, you can just stay like this or do a little baby side bend from one side to the other. If it's really hard, separate your feet a little wider. Tandem stance with QL strengthening. Good. So we're going to do about 30 seconds with one leg in front, and then we'll switch it out. Our heart rate is starting to come down a little bit so we can go into our next plank variation. Okay, switch your feet. Other foot in front. And let's go for about 30 seconds, side to side. Good. Shoulders are back. Chest is lifted. Make sure your weight choice seems appropriate for you. Slow and controlled. 10 seconds. Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, set those weights down. Grab a quick drink. Our next plank variation is 2 choices: child's pose to kneeling plank or downward dog to high plank. Or you could even do downward dog to kneeling plank. So I'm going to demonstrate both of them, and then you can pick which one you want. So you have child's pose to kneeling plank, going back and forth at your own pace. Or we have downward dog to high plank or kneeling plank, then back to your downward dog. Okay, so get in position. I'll get our timer ready to go. in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'll demonstrate both. Child's pose to kneeling plank. And when you come to that kneeling plank, your body should be straight and level. And then your downward dog to your high plank. Again, your body comes down to level. So when you do down dog to your plank, try not to keep your bum up in the air. 30 seconds to go on this plank variation. If you have wrist problems, you might want to take the child's pose variation, or you can go back to bird dog or bear plank. We have a lot of tools in our hip pocket for this. 15 seconds. This is a great shoulder strengthener if you're doing the down dog to high plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, on your feet. I'm going to demonstrate the next option for your burpee variation. Facing the chair, I'm going to do the body wave, put my hands on the chair, walk my legs back to plank, walk them back in. And each time I'll switch the foot that I'm leading with to walk back and forward. Okay, get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Up, walk, walk, and up, walk, walk. Now remember, you have other variations if this one doesn't suit you that you can do. The idea is just to get the heart rate up, and hopefully we can advance this. Do it a little bit harder each time. You pick the pace. You guys are halfway, 30 seconds. Nice plank in between, so try not to cut it short. Make sure you get there, pause, and then step in. We're going to be picking up our heavy weights again here in 15 seconds for some squats with bicep curls. Good job. Time for maybe one more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, weights come up. Get my timer there where I can see it. Okay, so we're going to do squats with a bicep curl. So squat down and then curl the arms up. Squat down, curl up. Good. So for our first 30 seconds here, we're going to do this way, and then I'm going to reverse it. So we can kind of get a little bit of mind-body connection here and do the exercise in the reverse. I know you're thinking, how's that going to work? It'll feel normal to you because typically we don't do it this way. This is kind of the reverse from what I usually do. Let's do 2 more like this. 1 more. Then when you reverse, you keep your hands here. Go down into the squat and then let your arms come down. Good. Heart rate's up. We're breathing. We have some balance coming up after this. What do we have? Oh, yes. We're going to do 30 seconds of warrior 3 on each leg. You'll be putting your weights down, and you have the option to have your chair there to help you for balance. Let's do 1 more of these. Okay, set your weights down. Going into our warrior 3, facing the chair, take your right foot forward and then lift your left foot off the floor. You can have your fingers on your chair, or you can reach the arms into any position. 30 seconds holding on this side. Good job. I know the heart rate still stays up, but try to breathe deeply and let your heart rate come down. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Good job. Take your left foot forward. Square your hips. Lift your back leg off the floor, any amount. And take your warrior three. Use the chair if needed, even if it's just one finger, just to help you balance, or a wall out in front of you. Good posture here. It's almost like a plank from one foot. This is a good way we can do a plank without using our hands on the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come up. Good job. Time for a water break. Whew, the sweat meter is starting. Okay, variation number 4 for our plank. On our elbows from the knees or toes, and we're just going to hold. And that's a 1 minute. So I'm going to bring my little padding here just in case I set my knees down. But remember, you have all the other planks to work with, such as bird dog, etc. So it's okay if you pick something different. These are just suggestions for you. Okay, so let's get ready to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your elbows, knees can be on the floor, or tuck your toes and lift your knees up. You have 1 minute. I'll tell you when you're halfway, just in case you want to do something else for that other 30 seconds. This is a challenging plank, guys. Really is. It's more challenging from your forearms than it is up on your hands. Breathe, breathe. Because you take a lot of that's 30 seconds, by the way. You take some of the arm muscles out of the exercise when you're down on your elbows. So this is actually more challenging. Keep breathing. Woo, I'm going to try to stay up through that whole minute off the knees. We are almost there. Breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees down. Take your time to come back to a stand. And we are going to set up for variation 4 for the burpee. So I'll demonstrate it. You can decide if it's something you want to try or if you want to do one of the other variations. So variation 4, we jump the feet back. So we do our body wave. Hands go to the chair. You want to make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, and you jump your feet back into plank. You jump them back in, and then do your body wave. So let's get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, and start. Body wave, jump. Body wave, jump. Good. Or you can walk. Or you can leave the chair out, do the lunges back. Or you can just do the body wave. Now, if you're doing the jump, you have 30 seconds to go. If you're doing the jump, really keep your core engaged, because when you jump your feet back, there's a lot of pressure in your lower back. So you got to keep your abs really zipped up. 20 seconds. This is the one that's closest to a real burpee. It's that real burpee. You put your hands on the floor, you jump back, you do an optional push-up, and then you jump in and come up. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and rest. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to need a break. How about let's get a drink break? I'm going to need a little drink break in the middle here. Then we're going to pick up either 1 heavy weight or 2 heavy weights, depending on what you can manage. I'm going with 1. It's a squat, 2, and overhead press. Okay, get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We squat down, and then the weight comes up a smidge, or a smidge more, or all the way. You choose. You can do this with no weight or not press the arms up at all. Just stay in the squats. And breathe. It's actually more challenging for your shoulders to only push up about halfway or 3/4 of the way. Because once we come all the way up, there's really not any work left in the muscles when our arms are straight. So this is good to do them this way. Good job. Almost there with this round. We have 15 seconds. Breathing just a few more. Exhale up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, option to have one weight in your right hand as we do our starfish balance. So we are going to stand on our right foot. You don't have to use the weight, and try to pick up your foot for about 30 seconds. Holding the weight is a little bit more challenging because then we have to really brace our core here. Breathe. Now the heart rate's feeling much better, coming down after that burpee variation and the squat presses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Good. Option to switch the weight to the left hand. Stand on the left foot. Pick up the right, or just tap the big toe. That's good as well. Breathe, breathe. How's your posture? Make sure you're not looking down at the floor. So that's going to take your neck out of posture, and then the rest of your posture is going to be faulty. Breathe, breathe. Little soft bend in your standing leg. Make sure you're not locking that out. It's great for hip stability. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Great job. Okay, time to get another drink of water, and then we're bringing our heavy weights with us as we come down to the mat. The rest of our work will be on the mat. We're done with our rounds of planks and burpees and strength training and balance. So I am going to, you know how we've worked the last several months on trying to get our planks and increasing our time. I want to start to do that with push-ups. So you can certainly do those against the wall before you come down if you'd like to do your push-ups that way, or on a chair, or come down to the knees. And I want to show you a way that you can do a tricep push-up from your hands and knees. Keeping your hands pretty close, like shoulders width apart, you can just bend your elbows and push up. You don't have to do a full push-up. These are a little tricep push-up. So this is one way to try. So our goal for today is 15 push-ups of any kind that you'd like to do. So you have the knees can walk back. You can take your hands wide. You can come up on your toes. Any way you want to do push-ups. And I'm not going to count because we're all going at our own pace. But I'll let you know when I have my 15 done. One of the best body weight exercises for the upper body is the push-up. And if you don't make 15 today, that's okay. It was just kind of a number I picked as a place to start. So I want to eventually get us moving up to about 25, not necessarily at one time, but through the period of our class. And I have 6 more. Feel the chest working, the triceps and shoulders. Nice posture. I have 2 more. And for me, that's 15. Take any recovery stretch that you want here. Child's pose sounds good for me. If you did your push-ups on the wall or standing up on a countertop, then you've got time now to come down to the floor. And we are going to be on our backs for some core work with upper body strengthening. So find a nice comfortable place. And then those heavy weights, we're going to start with a chest press, which is actually a modification of a push-up like we just did. So we'll take those arms up and bring the weights to touch right above your chest. Then we'll open the arms and bend the elbows down. So now you're wide and your arms look like a goalpost. And then we push back up to touch the weights. This is called the A press. So our goal is to do 15. Hopefully the weight is right for you to do 15. If not, do any number is good. So the core work I'm going to add here is as we're pushing up, lift one knee up to table and back down. Then the other knee up to table and back down. And try to press your low back down into the floor a little bit. That's going to help protect your low back and brace with your core. And I have not been counting, so I'm going to say I have another 6 repetitions. Sounds like a good guess. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Set one of those weights down. So you just have a single weight. Hold on to it with both hands like so. Reach your arms straight up from the chest. Just bend your elbows so that weight is going to come right to your forehead. This is called a skull crusher. We don't want to crush our skull though. We just want to bring it towards the forehead and up. Now you can either add an alternating knee up or bring your knees to table and add an alternating leg down to the floor. So the only change is if both feet are on the ground to start or if both feet are in the air to start. Compress the low back down. So this is a tricep isolator. Our shoulders are a stabilizer. We're looking for about 15. I'm going to guess 6 more. Sounds like a good number. 5, 4, 3. My triceps are saying this is good enough. 1 more time. Okay, relax. Just let that weight come down. Let's go ahead and set it on the floor, and we'll let our arms completely relax next to the sides of the body for some bridging. So I'd like you to walk your feet really tight together and your knees, almost touching or touching is fine, and lift your hips up just a little bit off the floor. So you're in a baby bridge. Not a whole bunch. I could maybe get my fist underneath my low back. That's about all you are off the mat. Just far enough to engage your glutes and hamstrings. And then go for a little walk. Pick your right foot up. Pick your left foot up. Let's try for about 15 of these on each leg. I'll count mine. I have 3 and 3. Take breaks if you need. 4, 4. Hips are nice and level. 5, 5. The knees don't have to come up really high. 6 and 6, but they can. 7. Keep your core really strong. 8, 8. Now for the last few, try to just put your heel on the floor and lift your foot up and put your heel on the floor. 9, 10, and 10. 11. Do you feel the difference when just your heel is on the floor? 12. And 12. You feel a little bit more glute and hamstring work. 13. 13, but also more shin work in the front of the lower leg. 14, one more each leg. 15 and 15. Drop your hips and rest. Good. I love a figure 4 after we've done our bridge. So cross your right ankle over your left, hug those knees up toward your chest, and stretch here. Take a few deep breaths. That feels great. Good. 2 more slow breaths. In and out through the nose, or in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last breath. Great. Let's do that same stretch on the other side. Ankle crosses, knees come up. Make sure that you don't grab your foot and pull your foot towards you. So I see that sometimes. That can be stressful on that ligament. It's called the talofibular ligament in your ankle, and it's the one that you stretch if you roll your ankle. We don't want to pull against that. So grab around your shin or behind your legs. And deep breaths. Last inhale. And exhale. And then we will relax the feet down. Take your feet wide, plant your elbows, come into some windshield wipers, back and forth. A little bit of a stretch for the low back, a little bit for the hip flexor and the quadriceps as you tip from side to side. Your feet and your knees are both wide. So this gives us the effect of lifting one hip off the floor and then the other one. And then the next time your knees go over to the right, we're going to keep them there. So I'm going to give you 2 options. You can stay here and stretch, or you can add some crunches. So the knees are over to the right. If you're adding the crunches, bring your fingers behind the back of your head and lift. Head and shoulders come up a little bit off the floor. And it's mostly your left shoulder blade that's going to come up a little bit. And this gives us some oblique work. You should feel it on the left side of your rib cage. Exhale up. And the number is 15. That's 6 for me. Or somewhere close to 15. 7, 8, 9. Relax your head into your fingertips. 10, 11, 12. I'm glad you're with me today. 14 and 15. I was just thinking to myself, if you weren't here, I probably wouldn't be doing these. Let's bring our knees over to the other side. Oh gosh, I definitely wouldn't. Okay, so to the other side, you can either just hold the stretch. If you don't want to do the sit-ups, that's fine. Or bring your fingertips behind the head and let's crunch up for 15. This isn't a very high crunch. You might have noticed already. It's just a little baby one. 4, 5, 6. This is a good one to put a hand towel behind your head if you're feeling your neck is straining. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, and relax. Great job. Bring your knees back up to the center. We've got a hamstring stretch on the right leg. So we're going to take the right leg up. I'm going to hold behind the thigh. You can also use a yoga strap if you'd like. But I want to give you the option of doing ankle pumps here because it's so good to bring blood back from and lymphatic fluid from the lower legs back to the heart. So the leg you're not using can also glide out onto the floor. That way, that's going to make the stretch a little bit more intense, both in your hamstring as well as in your hip flexor. And just pump that ankle. I'm already feeling my shin is on fire. And it's more than 15, by the way. It's probably about a minute. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9. Oh, owie. 8, 7. In a good way, though. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh man, right here, right? Did you guys feel that right across the shin? I'm going to give mine a little bit of a rub. And then we'll move to the other leg. Left leg up. It can be bent a little bit. Hold behind the thigh or use your yoga strap. Start to do your ankle pumps. And we're accentuating the pulling down action. And then that other leg can go long on the mat. This one feels, for me, like it's a little weaker. And I don't know if that's because that is the side I already had the knee replaced or what the reason is, but it doesn't feel like I can pull as hard down with that muscle. I should probably do a few more of these every day. Okay, let's get 10 more. 1, 2, 3, burning. 4, something's burning. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think I could have done another one. I'm going to rub that one a little bit too. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to roll over onto one side. It doesn't matter which side you would like to, whichever one you want to do first, probably so you can face the camera. And then we are going to do a clamshell. And then you've got an option to do your rotator cuff, which is bringing the weight up like so. The weight that I have right now, I'm not going to be able to do very many because it's heavy. But you can start with the leg, option to add the arm. I think rather than going and getting another weight, I'm going to do this. And that's great too for the rotator cuff. Let's do about 15. 5, 6, 7, 8. I should have cued you also. You could put a band around your legs. 9 and 10. 5 more. 11. You know what? I'm not needing the band. I'm feeling it. 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so then we're going to stretch this top leg. A couple ways we can do it. We can just elongate the leg and then let it fall to the ground. This is going to get your IT band here. Or we can reach for our ankle and pull the leg back and stretch through the quadricep and hip flexor. You can kind of do a combination too, where you can drop the bent knee down behind the other leg, and this really gets the outside of the hip too. Or you could do a twist from here, stack your knees and rotate the top shoulder back. So find a good stretch for yourself here. Just a couple more breaths. Okay, release the stretch. Come to the other side for your clamshell with optional rotator cuff. Optional band if you want to put that around the legs too. Okay. So we're going to stack the knees. We have about a 90-degree bend at the hips and at the knees, and we're going to open and close. Option to add that rotator cuff. And 15 is our number. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty slow and controlled. Your feet stay together. 7, 8. The second side always gets tired earlier than the first side. 9. Because the leg on the bottom is actually doing some stabilization and bracing. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, you've got a selection of stretches. You can extend the leg long and let it fall down to the floor, stretching here. Bend the knee, collect the ankle, stretch back, or drop the bent knee here as well, or come over into a twist. This one is getting to be hard for me because my right knee, the arthritis is getting to the point I can't bend my knee quite this much. That's okay. It's going to be fixed, right? That degeneration is going to be regenerated. Oh, this is cool. I've got a little loop in my shoe. I can grab it with my finger. That works because I want to get the stretch. So we find ways we can do that. Somebody in my Pilates class yesterday said, well, I can't quite do it unless I cheat. And I said, it's not cheating. It's called modifying, right? It's never cheating. It's just you find a way that you can do it that works for you. So that's the way I like to look at it. Okay, one more breath. And then release your stretch. Press yourself up to seated. And then I want you to pick a seated stretch that you want to do, choosing between butterfly or wide leg stretch. So you can do this one here or soles of the feet together. Both of them get the inner thighs a little bit. This extended one gets the hamstrings more. So pick the one that you want. And we'll hold and breathe or do a little bit of both. Just check in. Notice how you're feeling now versus before class. Give yourself some positive self-talk for coming to class today, for always staying so consistent with your workouts. It really does make a difference. And then whichever stretch you're in, I want you to add a side bend to it. So if you're in wide leg or butterfly, just come over to the side, or even cross leg pose. I got a text from Chris Norman a few days ago, and she's in Africa, and she's doing all these wild safaris and hikes and everything. And she sent me some pictures, let's do the other side, of this really steep trail. I think she posted on Facebook too. And it was crawling up these boulders and rocks and everything. And she said, because of what we'd been working on in LisaBug classes, she was able, her glutes hung in there, her knees, her quads, her ankles, and she was able to make the hike. So that is just, so special to me. And that's what this is all about, right? It really is. Okay, let's come to our feet. Take your time to get there. All the way up. And just go back to a few little lymphatic hops just to shake everything out. I've got a little note up on my computer, so I'm going to check it. Now it says I need to log in again. It might have bumped me off. So let's just shake it out. I think this happened to me last week, and I had to go back into the other room to talk to everybody, so we'll see. Okay, let's take a breath in together. Inhale, stretch. And everybody said, great job, everybody. Okay, let me just make sure my recording gets shut off correctly so everything gets recorded to YouTube. If I can't get you guys up on gallery, I'll go back in the other room. And I hope you had a terrific workout today.